Well, I'm sure most of you guys are well aware that last year was a Team of the Year glitch fest, basically, and we haven't really seen much of that this year, but today we got our first kind of glimpse at a glitch that we have not really known that it was a thing. It's very niche, but it has been happening out there. It's very interesting to talk about, though. We've got our new Icon Evo upgrade that came out today that is also very interesting as well. This Patrick Vieira literally fits like a glove. I think it's the best probably card in that Evo, and it's absolutely insane. We got that to talk about, more SBCs as well, honorable mention SBCs. And guys, unfortunately, we got some real bad news. It is time to say goodbye to a FIFA legend that is honestly, it's sad. Okay, it's sad that he's leaving, and we'll talk about that. And we've also got a lot of server issues. There was probably a 6-hour time period before content time-ish today for most people. The servers on PSN, I believe, especially on PSN, were down for a long time. If you guys would like to buy coins, you can go to mmoxp.com. There will be a link in the description. They are the cheapest and safest option. You can use my code JFC at checkout for a 5% discount. And I kind of want to talk about that in a sec here once we're done talking about this new Icon Evo. But let's talk about this first because it's very different, very unique, right? The first time we've ever seen this kind of Evo in SBCs. And the question is like, is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? What exactly do we make of this? And let's talk about that first. So first of all, thank you for being here. Subscribe if you are new. And there's a couple things with this Icon Evo upgrade. I think the first thing we can say is that I can't show it to you because obviously I did the SBC already. But the first thing is that I actually don't hate the fact that there's Evos in SBCs. The reason for that is that if they were going to make this paid, right? If they're going to make this 50K, 100K as was, releasing this in SBCs allows us to actually craft it with fodder that we already have. So it doesn't require like straight up liquid coins, which is very nice. I actually like that feature a lot here. So releasing it in SBCs, I think is not a problem at all. In fact, that might even be better than having it just straight up be a certain amount of coins in the store. However, if you guys didn't know this, the bio here says boost your base icon player, and that's like all it says. But when you actually complete the Evo, or complete the SBC, sorry, and then see what the Evo actually looks like, you can't see it on my screen now because I have a Vieira already in it, but the max is 88 overall. And I think that that's really odd that in the description it does not say anything about a max overall. All it says is boost your base icon player, and that is all it says. And it's like, okay, that's not true. It's not boost your base icon player, it's boost your less than 88 base icon player, which, okay, still could be very good. And that Patrick Vieira card, EA basically gave me a 2 mil plus Patrick Vieira card. So obviously the Evo itself is not like a bad thing at all. It's literally just the fact that they are very misleading with how they released it and their bio in the SBC itself. So that I think is definitely worthy of critique, but I don't think that releasing it in SBCs is a bad thing at all. But I think the future should be actually is give people a coin option or FC point option, right, if you want to make your money in it, and then also release it SBCs as well and allow people to like craft it with fodder cards, right? That would be a really nice double option to have there. And I think that that may be the future. Just it might take a while to get there, but I like the fact that it's not just straight up coins basically to complete it. Now that was one of the big issues today, or one of the popular sort of topics of discussion today. The second big topic of discussion was obviously the servers. And with the servers, the problem is that you as a gamer, I think we can all expect there to be some server problems from time to time. Like that's normal. It's not obviously like fun to experience, but you can expect that at the same time. However, there are so many things in this game catered towards you have to play this game every single day, and if you don't, you miss out, because that's their strategy on the FOMO, on the shareholders numbers looking good. Like it only helps them, and they cater this game towards you have to hop on every single day to complete everything. Basically, you can't grind it on your own terms. You want to play for 14 hours on a Saturday and Sunday, you can't make up for the rest of the days of the week. You have to hop on every day no matter what. And when you have a system like that, if the servers go down for 6 hours, oopsies, if you were one of those players that only could get on during that time, you're basically completely shit out of luck, and sorry, try again next time, because you couldn't have gotten on and you couldn't complete shit, and that's just not cool. That's one of the downsides with the system is that, yeah, you can make the system if you want to, but you better hope the servers work well, because that's bullshit. If you were hopping on trying to get the team of the year daily play objective done and you hadn't played yet and it was 7 a.m., you might not be able to hop on all the way till content time, which was at 12 p.m. my time. So 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. my time, you might not be able to hop on at all to complete any objective, which is bullshit. However, EA did extend the weekend league, which was nice of them. It says here it ends like at the normal time, which is Monday night. It now ends on Tuesday night, and we can look at that tweet here. Actually, EA says, due to a connectivity issue earlier today, we're extending the Ultimate Team Champions finals by 24 hours. And please note the in-game schedule will not immediately reflect this extension. So it goes until Tuesday now, Tuesday night that is. And nice change, obviously, you like to see that. But the point still stands from before, is like all the daily play shit. Hop on every day or else, like, you're in big trouble. Oops, sorry. If you were relying on hopping on during those times, you just couldn't. So I appreciate this, but also at the same time, I wish they were more aware of like how their game is set up. And if you weren't on during those times, it could have been a big deal for some of you. It could have been a very big deal, and that sucks. And also, speaking of like unfortunate time-related issues right now, the crafting upgrade is just not out yet again today. And you know, how long will that go on with no crafting upgrade? Because the longer that goes on is just the less days that we have to complete it, and also the less days back at team of the year out of those packs that they give us. So just unfortunate that like we have this delayed, and then team of the year will still remain the same amount of time. You know, future stars will come out this Friday no matter what the servers look like or act like over the next 3 days. Basically, it's not going to matter what the release date is of future stars. It'll just come out on time. And some people will just not have the full capabilities of doing things, because if you were hoping for the crafting upgrade to come out and then Thursday now you're going to leave for the weekend per se, you better hope it comes out on Wednesday for content, right? Otherwise, if it doesn't, then like, sorry, you're out of luck. And I think that that's one of the problems with having the system the way it is that now your mistakes that you make are way more amplified, because everything is so tied to time all the time. And if it wasn't, it wouldn't be nearly as big of a deal if you were late by a day or two if something wasn't working, right? So now you just make the problem worse for yourself, basically. But okay, on to the title of the video today, and that was this glitch that was going around, and that was this. So there was a Zidane glitch going around that some people were able to claim that Zidane evolution twice, and because there were no requirements on that Evo, if you happen to claim 2 of them by accident, you could Evo Zidane twice. So there were some people sending in cards today that was a 98 Zidane with 86 pace but 99 shot, 92 dribbling, 94 passing, like a really insane card there, right? So it wasn't many, but there were some players who were able to get a 98 Zidane, which is pretty crazy with these in-game stats here, right? Now there were some people saying that it was just a visual glitch and there wasn't actual stat changes, but I did see clips of people in Rivals and Rush playing against a 98 Zidane. So whether the stats might actually not be these stats here, that's another topic of discussion, but it did say in-game 98 Zidane with these stats here. So like I said, the glitch isn't going to affect many people, right? Like, how many people got 2 different Evos of Zidane? Probably very, very few, but it does look like this was our first kind of like glitch of the promo. And there could be people out there with a cracked out Zidane with 99 shot, right? So it's obviously not great, but it's not as bad as like what some situations have been. But some situations over the last maybe year have been, but it doesn't make it that much better, you could say, right? And then we got this news, the other title of the video today, and that is that Neymar's return to Santos is now imminent. Verbal agreement has been reached, which obviously you know what that means, that Neymar is now no longer going to be in FIFA unless they end up getting the Santos license, which we have not seen Santos players in Ultimate Team, and I believe it's been over a decade now. So it really looks like it's really the end of a legend on FIFA, you could say, if we don't end up seeing a Santos license on FC. That Neymar is basically done with FIFA until, you know, you might say, where would he go from Santos? I don't know, right? He's back at his boyhood club now, and I don't know where you go from this, but looks like, I mean, for the foreseeable future, we are done with Neymar cards, and that is a damn shame, because his dribbling in game has always been just exceptional since, the dawn of FIFA, like FIFA 17, when dribbling animations became a little bit more unique. I mean, Neymar's been that guy. I mean, he really has been, and we're just not, it's just done. Like, we're probably not going to see any more Neymar there's a chance that there's no more Neymar past this year, literally until he is an icon, which is crazy to think about. That might be 6 years away, guys. That might be 5 years away, and God knows when that could be. I mean, we haven't really seen a guy like this leave since, I guess, maybe, you know, Zlatan, we knew wouldn't get an icon, so we knew when Zlatan retired, it was probably it for a while for Zlatan in FIFA. And this is kind of a similar thing with Neymar here. Like, when could he come back? Maybe not until he retires. So unfortunately, there will be no more Neymar in FIFA. And I don't know what that means for the promo cards. I don't know if that means they can still give him some promo cards, or if they really can't because he moved clubs. I don't know. But it's a sad time to see that there will be no more of this anymore. But okay, on to some now leaks and news on FC. We have got FUT Agents, who's back again. Team of the Year Evo, and Sadio Mane can be used in that Evo, looks like. I'm assuming it's going to be a very good Evo once again here because it's Team of the Year Evo. But we got word that Mane can be used. We got word that Harvey Elliott here, this card can be used. So make of that what you will with the requirements and rating and stuff like that. And other than that, Ronaldo here, this 87 rated Ronaldo, cannot be used in that evolution. So, you know, there's just your Evo basically rundown of the day so far. FUT Agent gives like no news about it. I don't know why he's so vague about stuff. Obviously, you would think it's maybe for sale that way, but there's no like trading Discord here where he would sell those leaks at. So I'm not really sure why he's so vague about stuff, but okay. Mane can be used. A Team of the Year Evo is on the way here soon. Next up, a couple of honorable mention SBCs once again. Patrick DiMarco has been leaked to be an SBC as well. And I just said Patrick DiMarco. Do you know Patrick DiMarco? If you're an NFL fan, that's a fullback, I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure Patrick DiMarco played for the Bills as a fullback. This is Federico DiMarco. And I can't tell if that's an L from me or if I just know ball because I knew the Bills fullback from like 2019 to 2020 something, but you'll be the judge on that. But anyway, we do have his official stats here, and they're not very good, actually, I'll be honest with you. They're right here. The in-game stats are actually quite good. I mean, actually 86 plus on all of them is quite good, but the whip pass plus, that's it, is obviously not the best. Evo potential down the line for sure, but it's right in line with like in-form upgrades, slightly better than in-form upgrades here on these cards, and it's just not what you want to see. And then we have this leak, and that is that we got Marta on the way. And FUT Sheriff tweeted out like a Marta concept card that looked really good. Like it was like Trickster Plus and Incisive Plus, or Trickster Plus and Finesse Plus, something really, really good. And then guess what we get? The official stats here, just Trickster Plus and an in-form boost. I mean, I just don't get it. I'm beating a dead horse here at this point. The horse is not just dead, it's fucking rotting, but I don't get this whole like in-form upgrade system in the biggest promo of the year. Just doesn't make much sense to me, but this is Marta's official card, and yeah, I mean, what do you think about it, guys? What do you think? And then a couple of things here. The debate really was continuing about the pack weight and the gameplay today, and this tweet from FUT Police Leaks was talking about how he tweeted this out a couple of days ago. There are two types of accounts: pack multiple Team of the Years or pack 0 Team of the Years, right? He quoted that tweet today. He said this: a lot of people thought that this was a joke, but this is the truth. Some accounts pack an insane amount of Team of the Years, while others pack 0 after 2,000 plus packs. I've never seen such a big difference. This is not fair. The chances are not the same. And of course, proving this, good luck, right? There's no way to prove this really at all. You have to go off of basically the best evidence you possibly can, which is comparing people's teams based on how many packs they've opened. Like, I don't know how else you do that without knowing the odds internally. But if I had to guess here, my guess would be if you see accounts of multiple Team of the Years, they've probably opened store packs, and the guys who have not opened store packs right now probably don't have any. And that's the difference, is that there is a giant gap in pack weight between the store and between the SBC pack slash upgrade slash whatever you want to say there, is that it seems like there's the biggest gap we've ever had between those two. And Spreadsheet Josh actually tweeted about that, and that was that your coins are more likely to get you a Team of the Year in the store than in the menus. It's been more efficient before, sure, never more likely. No exchanges doesn't help this. So what he's basically trying to say here is that grinding right now in the menus probably isn't worth it, but opening store packs probably is more so than ever. And that's probably true. And the question, obviously, the nuance begins there where it's like, you know, you'd probably expect it to be more likely to pack a team of the year in store packs, obviously, considering you have to spend money on them. But what's the level that's acceptable between the two? Is the packway right now for the SBC menu stuff, is that good enough, or is that like just terrible what it should be? You know, should it be really hard? I don't know the right answer. I personally do think that's pretty bad in the menus right now, and there's a pretty giant gap between the store and the menus, and that's kind of seemingly EA's plan right now, because you could grind for 12 hours of straight upgrade packs, pack nothing, and your best chance will still be going to the store no matter what. And maybe that's always been the case, and that's no different. Maybe we're picking holes at the wrong thing here. I'm not sure, but it does seem to me like we've never seen a bigger gap between the two so far. And then there was a Krozzy crash out, which we've seen before on Twitter. He's got this tweet. I'm going to tell you something, and it's not an opinion, it's a fact. EA have soft patched this game without saying a single word, saying my Pele and Team of the Year Puskas no longer outplay center backs, goalkeepers are not amateur difficulty anymore, AI defending is somehow back. I just have not had a similar experience myself. Honestly, the defending is the exact same post-patch as it's always been, in my opinion. I know that I'm just one person, but I think what's happening here is that you're dealing with shit gameplay, and you're like, it must be the old patch. The gameplay can still suck massive balls on the new patch. Like, it still definitely can. I mean, the new patch didn't fix all the broken core mechanics of the game. It just didn't. Like, all day today, my goalkeepers were letting up everything that they shot. Every shot was going in today. My Erling Haaland is easily outpacing center backs by not even close to the point where it was pre-patch. Like, I don't know where this whole, like, oh, they're reverting the patch thing comes in. I think what's happening is that we're playing a shit game. Like, we're playing a gameplay that at the core is not fixed. We're playing a game that, I said this when the patch came out, everybody's very positive about it. I said, this is great. Like, it's good, but obviously we have to go deeper than this. It's not going to end here. This is not where it ends. It has to go deeper because the game at the core is the problem. But listen, I'm willing to be wrong about this. If for some reason they revert it, like, I don't know what the point of reverting it would be, considering that the feedback's been great and they're literally losing the shares and shareholders on this game. And one of the things that they told the shareholders that was the reason you should stay around was that the gameplay had good feedback. So I'm all for conspiracies, but what would make EA go, well, why don't we actually just secretly bring it back to the old way and they will never find out? Like, that just makes no sense to me. And yes, EA can do things where it makes no sense, obviously, but I just think what's most likely from Krozzy's point of view here is that you played the game and it probably was unresponsive. It probably was dog shit gameplay. You probably dealt with bounce backs. You probably dealt with somebody who probably was very good at defending, because you can still use your AI to defend. Like, it's not completely gone. Of course, you can still use your AI to defend. I don't know. Just, it seems to me like this is not a sort of, like, it's not an opinion. It's a fact. I don't know how we have any sort of way to say this is a fact that the gameplay's back to what it was. Played 2 games, and you guys tell me if the gameplay's the exact same it was 2 weeks ago. I find that hard to believe that it was the exact same. I think both can suck. The gameplay today and 2 weeks ago can both suck, but they're not the same in sucking. If that makes sense. A lot of sucking going on, but if that makes any sense at all. But okay, on to the market, guys. Barring any somehow crazy store pack dropping that we don't expect, that's like a brand new unique store pack to Team of the Year, I think tonight is the time. I think that tonight's probably a pretty damn good time to buy cards, honestly. I do think so. There's always, during Team of the Year, a buy time that's elite, and you'll make crazy coins on cards. And I know this year is different, and it's been different so far, but I still do think that's going to be the case. We're seeing some bounce back already. Bunny Shaw from 680 to 730. Salah was like 4.2 to 4.5. We are seeing that already a little bit with the bounce backs here. We talked about yesterday that tonight could be the night. I do think that tonight is probably a pretty good night to buy stuff, and I already did myself about that Messi on my account. But okay, let's read your comments now. We've got Greg Service, who says, do you think the EA employee responsible for the crafting objective accidentally leaves home with only one shoe on regularly? And this comment kind of brings up the, you know, you wonder how far in advance EA plan content out, right? Like you would think it's a ways in advance because obviously it takes a while for changes to happen or for like feedback to come through on how players are released, like the roles stuff we complained about, or just certain things like that. It takes a little bit, right? You would think content's planned out a month or so in advance at least. So that it just makes you wonder, when you have a crafting upgrade that's scheduled to come out a month ago, how do you release it broken? Makes you wonder how many resources, how many people are working on this game when they didn't just think of that yesterday or the day before it released and they're like, oh, here's a good idea, let's release that tomorrow. I don't think that that's how this works, and yet it's still released broken consistently, like certain things, certain random things. That's pretty odd. And yes, they're not gonna get everything perfect all the time. You'll see broken stuff once in a while. That's expected, but it just does make you wonder. And here's a comment from 13 Guns, who talked about like this promo actually kind of sucks. He says the promo sucks. You can't pull anyone even after team of the year, or sorry, I'm not even after a team of the year. Just some honorable mentions for SBCs, which I might add are really meh. If you're gonna make them average, at least let us pull loads of them. I'd be fine with the same pull over and over. This one of the worst team of the years and promos in the game. And I think that yes, the honorable mentions themselves are, it's very strange how rare they are considering they're not very good, or at least most of them are pretty average, you would say. I do think there's a case to be made though that we should see one promo a year that is like kind of exclusive and it's tough to pack them, and it's kind of purposely really insane cards but very tough to pack. I don't think that that's necessarily like a bad thing, actually. I think it's kind of a unique promo every year that we get, as long as pack weight stays good in the other promos and stuff like that, like a lot better than team of the year promo, right? I do think it's interesting that the honorable mentions are just not packable. That's really strange to me, but of course there's always a balance here of like, you want maybe an exclusive promo, but you also don't want it to be impossible to pack them. You just want it to be like less likely than most other ones. That balance, is that being reached? I would say probably not, but of course, is there a perfect answer to that? I would doubt it. And Jack Tap, man, do you think that investing in shadows is a good investment? Yes, shadows right now are like 3,000 coins for me on PC. That is like, if you want to just have an investment to sit and do nothing with for a week or two or 3 or 4, shadows at 3K, the easiest investment of your life. They will go to extinction at some point in the next month, and you will make a fuck ton of coins. And they don't take up trade pile storage, they don't take up club storage, nothing. They can just stack up all on consumables, and it's a great investment. So I would recommend shadow investing. Yes, I definitely would. Hunters too if you want to. But yeah, I think that is it, guys. Thank you all for being here and joining me again today. Appreciate you and love you all. See you in this video. Over soon. Peace.